Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be taking a look at something I kind of highly anticipated for, and well, just give a slight little spoiler how I feel about this thing. Like, it's okay. Like, it's not perfect. I do find it fun, but I do have some issues with this thing. I think a lot of people have the same issues as I did. But we'll take a look at, before we take a look at that, we're going to take a look at the packaging real quick. So inside this box, you get her card back. Very G1-ish, or original G.I. Joe or whatever. You get a little bio thing. If you want to read all that, there you go. Pretty neat that they included her. Put that to the side. And then, let's move the big boy out the way. Move the little girl out the way too. If you hear any noise in the background, my neighbors are being obnoxious. And then here's the box. Very G1 looking. Very G.I. Joe looking. Pretty cool. Look on the sides here. Get product shots. On the back, get even more product shots. And on the side, you just get the big old G.I. Joe with another product shot. Then, if you look at the top, G.I. Joe. This Tank Megatron product shot. And the bottom, just a bunch of bullshit. The cross collaboration. And this can open up and you can see the inside of the box. If you want to see like all that, just look at my unboxing video. I don't have all the space here to really mess with this big thing. But yeah, I want to bring this back in a minute though, because I do want to maybe use it in my discussion for some stuff. So yeah. Now before we get to the big boy, let's talk about the girl, how she can be used on him. So here she is. It's supposed to be like a re-release of the original Bannis. Seems alright. Somehow I already lost her stand. I mean, granted, a lot of my things in my room are the color black, so it's probably just sitting on something. But yeah, here she is with her derpy face. She's got a rifle, her little backpack piece. Articulation, her head can rotate, albeit it's not that great, especially when the back piece is in. The shoulders can go in and out, they can rotate up and down. Simple little elbows. There is a bicep swivel. And that's pretty much it for the arms. For the waist, she has an O-ring, which I've heard reports these things are going to eventually break, because they do. It's made of rubber, it's going to happen. I'm expecting it. Then this moves back this much, moves back like that, like one of those weird angles. Kind of gets splits going. And then she has a knee, although it's very stiff, and no foot articulation. But yeah, it's just a simple G.I. Joe figure. And then for functionalities in this mode, she just sits back here and mans Megatron's turrets. And then one other functionality, or two others, I should say, when we get to the vehicle mode. But honestly, Megatron is commanded by no one, so we're just gonna put it to the side. There we go. So let me just get to the let me just talk about the negatives really quick about this guy before I start doing the positives. Just get them out the way. And most of them honestly has to do with like the arms, really. And other stuff. So let's look at the arms real quick. All this gappage. Like, this thing is $90. And for some people, I understand like price increases and all that, and because it's two separate IPs. But here's the issue with that argument. With previous collaborations, those other IPs that Hasbro does not own. Back to the Future, Ghostbusters, X-Men, so Jurassic Park. So then you get to talking about this one, and some people are like, oh, it's a collaboration. Well, for those people that probably either don't seem to remember or don't seem to care, Hasbro owns both Transformers and G.I. Joe IP. Therefore, there is no secondary party really involved with the budgeting of this thing. So all the money just goes straight back to Hasbro, since they own both properties. Meaning they could have definitely done more to make this guy better, and they just chose not to. And what do I mean by better? Well, let's take a look at some things that I feel like they could have done better, i.e. the arms. Easily, they could have put a flap here that could have folded over and covered the gap on his arms. And these just needed to be filled in. And they could have definitely put in a mushroom peg here too so the hands can rotate around. All that is plausible. Could have been done. And where these arms end up, which is where I bring back the package, in the artwork, as you can see in this nice artwork that they've done for the thing, there are treads on his forearms right there. So, and where the arms end up, they could have definitely done flaps that would have folded over the arms and the feet, because there's enough space to do it to make it look like treads. So, that's one way they could have fixed it. The issue right there. Something they should have done. Another thing, and like I know, like this is a staple of Transformers at this point, but for $90 and how simple this thing is, like they should have done it. Why? Like, these ones are hardly noticeable. Like, fill those two, and then the thigh is just... Why? Why are there hollow bits like that here? For expensive as this thing is, like, there's, like, no excuse for that. And then, like, my last real complaint with the figure, in terms of, like, the build. This could have been handled better. Like, all this could have stuck out fine. I'm fine with all that. It's just this bit, because if he falls over the wrong way, this is going to crack and break, and that's it. It's done. Like this, what they could have easily done is they could have made the H.I.S. tank for the cockpit open differently. So let me just move it up real quick. Make sure that doesn't unpeg, because the arms will unpeg and start flailing around. It's very annoying. But, what they could have done, because there's already, like, 2 hinges up here. Oh my god. Now everything wants to unpeg. The other thing is some tolerance issues. Really, that's some stuff don't want to peg in well, but that's just how some figures are. I ain't bothered by that too much though. So you get this whole thing, right? There's 2 hinges here. Now, what they could have done here to, well, basically make this better. Like, the downside would be it wouldn't be entirely accurate to how the H.I.S. tanks look for the G.I. Joe toy line. But I honestly feel like this sacrifice could have been made. They could have added, so what they could have done is, you see the cockpit up here, you can clearly see where the hinge breaks for the cockpit to bend in and bend up or whatever. What they could have done is, they could have made that slightly smaller, like make it go over a little bit, and then make this 2 separate bits that can also, like flex, and then, or maybe even add in a slider there, so the cockpit can slide out, and when you bend this in, you should have been able to bend the cockpit more so it could be flush with the back of this. So it just looks like the cockpit kind of just like condensed down on itself onto the inside of the thing. That could have happened. One complaint that I've seen people have, and honestly, this is the one part that doesn't bother me, just due to how this guy transforms, and that's his legs. So you look at the legs, obviously, it's a lot of gaps. Big gaps here. But, I feel like because of the way it's designed and how they try to get the functionalities to work with the G.I. Joe toy, it would have been extremely difficult to put flaps here with the current leg design. Now, if they did an updated leg design where the fucking treads could have, like, folded in or something, sure, maybe. But as the design currently stands, bump the tripod, it would be really hard to do. Maybe a third-party company could maybe somehow implement something by popping these heels off. But I don't see that happening. This is like the one bit that doesn't bother me. But yeah, if some company, if they plan to do some upgrades or whatever, if they can like just get some flaps that like plug in here that can fold over with like a secondary hinge that fills in the spot. And then when you transform it, it could like open the flaps and go over the feet. That would honestly be enough. Oh, there is other stuff there is one more thing I'm gonna complain about, and it's not the shield. I actually don't mind the shield. Let's get to the accessories real quick. I'll skip the articulation segment for a little bit here, so I can get my points across a little better. But the shield, I don't mind this. No parts for, I don't care. You just plug it on his arm or whatever. I don't mind this. It doesn't bother me. I think it's neat. This though, this bothers me a lot. One hand, it's molded in the same plastic as this. So this entire thing is painted. And So I feel like they could have cut costs if they got this on the other this color tray. My issue one of my main issues with this thing, the gaps. Like, I understand putting gaps in some areas. If you gotta put gaps in the thighs or something, whatever, people will live with it. I've lived with it long enough because literally most of my fucking Transformers are like that. So, like, this Megatron, it's got, like, little gaps or something in there. Not as bad, but some gaps. This Megatron's got some gaps in it, in his thighs, but whatever, I'll deal with it. You know, it happens. Hell, even stuff as old as my fucking Beast Wars have gaps in it. Even though it's a reissue, the originals had these gaps. So there's gaps in his, like, little paws. So, like gaps have always been there. But this is ridiculous. Like, this is supposed to be like a main staple of Megatron, is his fusion cannon. And you put a bunch of gaps here. This was just lazy. And then to top it all off, or I should say, to anger me a little more about this thing. Like, this really angers me about this guy. Because you plug it in on his hand, which is very weird. But look how tiny the peg is. And I plug it into his hand. It barely goes in there. And it's barely sitting there at all. Like, it barely sits there. And just like a slight little touch. And it's already moving. It's already looser now. It's just like the slightest effort. That sucks. I don't like this. That is stupid. This was a stupid design flaw. I would have been better off if they actually did his cannon and it, like, plugged in over his fucking forearm. I'm like, sure, yeah, it would interfere with articulation, but this thing kind of already does. Because it'll interfere with this, which is a common pose that Megatron wouldn't even have anyway. So, which you can't really do that well anyway. So if you just did like this, but then it was like a clip-on, like how the original G1 was, and you can just aim like a big old cannon that he could just aim around, I think that would have turned out a lot better than this thing. So I don't like this thing, but we're going to plug it on. Whatever. And then you can put a shield on. And there we go. Like, this does look alright when sitting there. Like, it looks fine. It's just like knowing the issues I have with this thing, it just ruins it for me. So, let's just remove the accessories real quick. And let's just get into some positives, which is, in my opinion, everything else. I think the figure looks dope. Like, let's look at his, like, little noggin real quick. Little. He's big. Let's just look at his... oh, did the wrong thing. There we go. Zoom it up. Yeah. So I like the face sculpt. Painting the face sculpt's nice. The chest is nice. Torso's nice. I actually like the vehicle bits hanging off of it. I think that looks cool on him. Looks badass. The little missile pods, they're alright. Look, they look neat. I mean, they did something there to add to his design. So I get it. Get down to his thighs, looks okay. Legs look pretty much like G1 Meg's legs, with like treads stacked onto them. Like this, like the actual overall presence of the character, I think looks pretty good. I have no issues with it whatsoever. And articulation's not bad either. The head can rotate on a ball joint, a full 360 if you wanted to. It looks up a little bit. It looks down a little bit, so he's not really going to be looking down at the G.I. Joe he comes with too much. The arms can rotate here. They can do a full 360. They can come out, and then you close that in. So if you lift this up all the way, the arms can go out further. But little hindrance, but it'll work fine. There's a bicep swivel. There is a bend at the elbow. Nothing at the wrists, which is something they could have done. And they just chose not to. No waist, just do it how it transforms. That's okay, I don't mind. Legs have very stiff and weird ratchet positioning. I actually don't like when, like, it's fine. It works. I don't buy this thing to do, like, stop motions or have the most dynamic things. I bought this thing specifically because I thought it looked cool and it would be fun. But it's kind of weird that, like, one ratchet it's already like that. And another ratchet it's like that. And another ratchet it's like, it's already straight. Takes 3 little points and that's it. It's just weird to me. It's not nowhere near as bad as, like, NPM Megatron's. That shit's terrible. And he's got a thigh swivel. And he's got a bend at the knee that's extremely tight. It is screws. I'm probably going to have to go in there and loosen the screw up. And then there's nothing really at the feet. No rocker or whatever. But again, don't really care about that. I'm not really going to get him too many dynamic things. It would have been nice to have at least an ankle rocker. Which could have been implemented. That, like, at least with the toe. That was possible. Yeah. Oh, I do have one more complaint. It's not really a complaint. It's more like I'm surprised they didn't do it. So, you have her. And she comes with the backpack and the gun, right? Instead of the gun, why didn't she come with a Megatron pistol? I think that would have been badass. Like, it would have been nice. A little, like, another hint of G1. I mean, like, I'm not mad it didn't happen. I'm surprised they didn't think of doing that. That would have been cool. Maybe a future release that they do, because I do hope they do more. Like a Fighter's Jet Starscream or something with Soundwave. Like, that's, like, my main go-to. And then, like, an Optimus to go along with this guy. Maybe, like, one of those future releases, they'll do that. But that'd be pretty neat. I would like that. But yeah, let me just plug his little weapons back in real quick, and we're going to get into some size comparisons. Oh my goodness. See what I mean? I hate that thing. But can he hold this thing better? No, I don't even think he can hold this thing. Nope. Wow. Yeah, this post is too small and just too thin, man. Ugh. Yeah, let's get into some quick size comparisons with him real quick. Well, not really quick. Here he is with a third-party figure. This is New Age Megatron, the Legend scaled one. See how they look. Looks fine. Obviously not scale. It shouldn't be. Here he is with the Siege Megatron mold, the G1 Walmart exclusive recolor. Kind of wish this guy got these colors with the shaders. I think that would have worked really well with him. But yeah, that's how they look together. Alright, here he is with the Shattered Glass Netflix Soundwave. See how that looks. A little wobbly. Alright, and here he is with Star Wars Black Series Darth Vader from the Obi-Wan show. See how that looks. I just bought him recently, so I just wanted to show him off. He looks cool. Yes. And then for some other 3-inch figures, and let me get Barionus in there, or how you fucking pronounce your name. I don't care. Here's Kylo Ren. It's like, fuck it, whatever. Here's episode 3 Darth Vader. I believe this is episode 3 Darth Vader. So there we go. And then I know for a fact this is episode 3 Darth Sidious. So like, there he is. Move Meg's back there. So yeah, whatever. And just for the fuck of it, from the TIE Fighter thing, the little pilot guy. He doesn't like to stand well. But yeah, there you go. And if any Star Wars enthusiasts out there, yes, the lightsaber Vader's holding is Palpatine's, but I gave it to him for 2 reasons. 1, I lost his saber when I was younger. Don't know what the hell happened to it. And 2, kind of works as that one Jedi's lightsaber from the comics that when he originally got his Kyber crystal from. So I kind of pretend it's that. Okay. I just got curious real quick. Hold on. Just with him specifically. Can he fit in there? Okay, that's kind of cool. Alright. Let's get to the transformation. Transformation is actually kind of fun. Like just handling this guy's pretty fun. But yeah, then shield becomes backplate. Parts forming and shut up. Shut the fuck up. I don't care. And the stupid cannon. I hate this. I hate this thing. I hate it. Alright, let's transferring this guy real quick. I'm going to rotate this around real quick, though, because I don't want to mess with that. So, first thing we're going to do is we're going to rotate the forearms in and basically get them prepped and ready to go for the transformation. Then I'm going to rotate these out, the shoulder pads out. I'm going to rotate these out. This top bit slides down, folds under, and then just line this up. It's the same on this side, so you just open this up, flip this, oh wait, hold up, didn't open up all the way. Flip this down, and flip it back. And there you go. Got bottom cockpit's pretty much all good to go. Just do that. Let me zoom it in real quick. Lift this thing up some more. Be doing some fuckery here in a moment. What you want to do now is you want to unpeg this. This part might fall off during the video. Okay, at that point, I'm probably going to cut it and shove it back on there because it can be a pain in the ass. Like, no joke. Once you do that, you can then unpeg the arms. Oh, it tied back in. Unpeg the arms. And then you want to take his torso and move this up. It's going to look pretty fucky, but we'll get there. Do all that. You can then take his arms. There's another hinge. You just pull it out. And just let them dangle. They're going to get in the way regardless. There's nothing we can really do about that. But yeah. Do all that. Now we can get to the legs real quick. Oh, and lift these up. Just lift these up. Just get them out the way. So right now he's going to look like a splayed mess, like someone just shot him. He looks like Skyquick after he crashed in episode 6. Now you want to do is you want to take these, fold these in, fold these in. We'll deal with the feet later. And with the hips, you want to go up 2 notches. 1, 2. And then you want to fold the very heavy, like stiff knee into itself, and there's a peg right here that'll go into a slot in his crotch. Plug it in there. It's very stiff, and it is going to come undone as it goes. That's just how this thing goes. Same thing on this side. Click, click, bend in. And it should line up with that tab, and the hole should line up fairly fine. If it doesn't tab in now, it'll tab in later. So, just don't worry about it. And then at this point, this part might pop off right now. Because this is the part where it happens. Let me turn it upside down. The waist plugs in, so want to try and get a good grip on the main body and unclip it. And it'll start moving like that. And once that happens, you can kind of set them down a little bit. And we can finish the rest of this. There we go. So once you get to this point, let's just move this forward out the way. And you get to the torso. So the torso, you want to pull out on these double struts and move these things down and rotate them to kind of match up with what's going on with the other treads. And what I'm going to do is rotate this down until the treads can sit flat. It's going to look very awkward. And then just line up the torso with the tread bits on the hips. And at this point, there's a little hole here and a tab on the side of each torso. So you just want to line those up. Oh, you stay there. That thing is about as annoying as a fucking helicopter rotor on a blackout. Do this, and then it's just you do want to keep messing with it though. You don't want to just, there we go. You want to do that. Then okay. Make sure it's sitting like an L. Then plug them in. Last thing you want to do is stress any of the plastic and break it. And once you do that, the treads should be lined up at this point, so just peg them together. There's 2 tabs that just kind of hook in. And if it unplugs from the torso, just give it a gentle push. It'll plug right back in. Now at this point, we can turn it around. And the cockpit, we're just going to lift up like that. I'm not going to mess with that again. Okay, maybe fold it down. Okay, there we go. So at this point, okay, so at this point, we want to take these struts. You know what? Let them fall. Let them fall. You want to rotate these down, and they'll fit around these little tab-like areas into these grooves. Like they'll just flip around and fit. Then you want to, this part I didn't even do right. Rotate the arms like this, so make it easier to swing around. Swing around, and these two pegs will go into 2 slots right there. Do that. And then at this point, these halves can just clip together like that. And then you want to take these arms. And these arms will fit in these little gaps down here. So you just want to like fold them down, fit them in. Just get them to match up well. Like that. At this point, you can try and clip the legs in the crotch area again, because they probably have come undone. And then you just fold the feet into the forearms. You pretty much got his that all done. And then just set that down. This thing has not popped off. I'm extremely lucky that didn't happen. And at this point, it's gonna resist a little, but just shove it in. Make sure the cockpit's folded all the way up before you do this. It may unpeg the treads back here, so just guide it. Once you do that, on each side there's these 2 interlocking tabs. And really what you want to do is use gravity to your advantage here. Just kind of like shove it down. Once you get one side in, the other side should follow, but it can be a pain in the butt. To do that, just close the canopy, lock it in. This will also give that a nice little push. It pegs in right there. And then one final touch, I want to take, let's do this part first. Hook this. This will be the little trailer hitch for whatever other weaponry Cobra has. And then take this. These 2 pegs here will go into these slots right there. And then this bit up here is going to fit in here over this. Just line it up. Fit it in there. Just like that. And there we go. There we have Megatron in his tank mode. And I think he looks badass. Like, this is the mode like they really focused on when they made this guy. It looks really good. Rolls kind of well. Because it has like 2 wheels here. This one on mine is stiff. I wish these were pinned in, but they used the little pop-in ones. This rolls fine. This one rolls alright. This one is like stiff though. If I could pop it off, I might sand it down just a little bit. But still rolls great. Got the little 788 sticker. 363. Cobra symbol. H.I.S.S. And then, fuck. I don't know what that says. And my brain's just not working at the moment. But yeah, Cobra symbol. Same thing on the side. It looks pretty dope. You can open the canopy right here with this little clear bit. So you open this up. You move the turret out the way the turret can move. You move this up and you see some details in there. And that's where H.I.S.S can sit. So remove the gun and just get her in a sitting position. And she'll sit in there. Then and just close it up. Boom. Now she's in there. And then you got the little gun back here. But the turrets can also like move up and down, so And other figures can sit in there too, so I want to. Let me take her back out real quick. You just sit her in there. Now she's manning the turret. So there is that. And after I do with Darth Vader, something I want to do real quick. So it's she can also plug in back here, as well as any other G.I. Joe characters. It's really hard to get her to do it though without popping the back piece out. I'm not even going to try to plug in the other foot. So get her back there. Hold her gun. Come on, hold the gun. And then we'll, yeah, fuck it. Why not? Get Darth Vader in there. Fuck it, so he can sit there. And then we'll take the pilot guy. Can he fit in there? Can he fit in there? Oh, he might be too big. No, he might be too big. Oh no. He's too big. Oh well. Had to try. Yeah, there he is with Darth Vader, I guess. So there we have that. Let's get him out of there. We'll just leave her back there. So for size comparisons, if I didn't say it already, here he is next to the Siege mold. Earthrise is around the same size. I'm not transforming that one. See how they look together. Got that. Here he is next to Springer again. I haven't bothered transforming him back yet from the Tarn stuff. See how that looks. Speaking of things I haven't really transformed in a bit, here he is next to Leader Class Transmittal to Megatron. Yeah, fuck it. There you go, there's that. Here he is next to Leo. So there's that. You know, let's throw in Cheetor there too. So I forgot to throw him in the review. So yeah. There you go. Yeah, fuck it, why not? Use Beast Wars, Tigertron, and Megatron. See how those scale. Don't know why you would want to, but they're your toys. Why not? So, there we go. So what do I think of this guy? He's not perfect, as my thumbnail states. Like, he's just not. Like, he is fun to mess with. I do enjoy. I'm glad I got him. Honestly, though, I don't think he's worth the price of admission, though. Unless you're both a G.I. Joe and a Transformers fan, then I guess that works. I got it because it's Megatron, really, and I just thought this was a cool concept. Because I always, I never really, I had G.I. Joes growing up, but I never actually, owned some of the vehicles. My buddy had the actual original H.I.S.S tank. Well, he's not my buddy anymore. We were just, because you could say, acquaintances back in elementary school. But back then, everyone's like, you want to be my friend? Sure. If you're not getting bullied, that is. But, yeah, it's supposed to be 1-to-1 to the H.I.S.S tank, too. And I definitely see that. But yeah, he's fun. The transformation's actually kind of fun. It's pretty fun. This bit, thankfully it didn't pop off on me during the review, but that's one of my main issues with the transformation thing is that likes to pop off sometimes. It actually popped off before I started this review, because I actually had him in this mode, and I had to transform him back in the robot to start it. Because I want to start off how they're packaged in the box. I don't want to just do vehicle to robot or robot to vehicle when they're packaged the opposite way. But yeah, overall I do enjoy him. I just wish some of those things would fix. As I said earlier, those gaps for his arms. As you can see, they're right there. So if you, someone did it, please. It would plug in here, and it would just fold right over this. It could just fold right over this. Or even better, if you don't want to fold them like that, you could probably find a way to make them fit in there. But yeah, you can see why the legs ones don't bother me, because you know how hard it would be to actually try and fit anything like that here. But yeah, that's my review on G.I. Joe Megs. I'm trying to get the repro labels for this guy, because I like how they add all the stuff to them, and I'm hoping if I can get that, it'll be a video for them. My issue is that for some reason my bank and my PayPal aren't working too well together right now. I just can't transfer shit, and it's being a pain in the ass. And Repro Labels or toy hacks just say only accepts PayPal, which I think is stupid, because it's like, oh, our systems only work with PayPal. I'm like, I've worked with systems that use only PayPal before, and they can most definitely use other payments, and they're just choosing not to. Very frustrating. But yeah, get that little argument out the way. So yeah, that's my review for G.I. Joe Megs. If you liked it, then please leave a comment. Give me your opinions on how you feel about this thing. Punch that like button if you liked it or if you enjoyed the video. And if you would please subscribe, I would really appreciate that. So yeah, thank you for watching. Woo!